and we're welcoming Lois Forsell with us today, the head coach of Leeds Rhinos Women. And we'll just start off with the questions then. So first up, we have Lily Walton, who plays for Farnley Falcons. What question did you want to ask?
Where was the best place you've ever played and why?
Ever played? Well, first of all, hi Lily, you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah? How's lockdown? Are you okay?
Ish.
Well, I hope you're keeping busy and doing loads while you're at home. The best place I've ever played, obviously I'm biased, so I'm going to have to say Headingley. So I was lucky enough that in the 2018 season, I don't know if you were there watching maybe, when we played Castleford Tigers, it was as the South Stand were just getting knocked down. So I was really, really lucky that I got to play there, and that's the only time I've played at Headingley, and absolutely loved it because you had home fans, and obviously I've watched Leeds men play there since growing up, so that were always when I used to go watch Leeds play and stand in the South Stand and go watch them. So to get to play there were absolutely amazing. And then a couple of other really good places that I've got to play is probably the best one for an atmosphere where when we played in the first ever game of Women's Super League for Leeds Rhinos against Bradford at Obsall. That were really, really packed out, and we went on after the men finished playing, so there were a lot of fans in, and it was just really noisy and really good. So that was the best one for atmosphere. And then really lucky to get to play at Shark Park in Australia, where Cronulla Sharks play in the World Cup in 2017. So my favourite were Headingley, and hopefully, I don't know, have you played on the pitch at Headingley as a junior or not yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you run out in front of the South Stand, so it really, really good. And then obviously it were great to play in a World Cup in Australia and see some of their stadiums as well.
That's nice.
It is nice. So hopefully you'll get to play at Headingley a few more times and then enjoy playing there as well.
Wow, you've played some places there, Lois. That's great.
I know, I'm quite lucky.
Great stuff. Thanks, Lily. Okay, so next up, we'll move to Morgan, who plays for Walton.
Now you're the head coach for the Leeds Rhinos Women. Is there anyone you think is a star of the future in the squad?
Are you okay, Morgan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's behaving at home.
Yeah.
That smile doesn't say so. Now I'm head coach, is there any stars in the squad? I'd say that really, really lucky at Leeds that there's so many great players. So all the girls are absolutely fantastic in their own rights, and you know, we've seen young and upcoming players come through and pave the way to make themselves first team players. But I think we've got loads, and that's the best thing, that they're all great, they're all coming through and they're all doing really, really well. And obviously we've got the under-19s academy which sit underneath our women's squad, which is really, really good to see. So I think we've got so many up and coming stars and up and coming great players, but the best thing is seeing that everyone works together. So there's not just one player that we have to rely on in a game. There's loads of different players in different positions that all have to work really, really hard to make sure that we are successful as a team. But I'll throw it back on you. Who do you think are the young and upcoming players, Morgan? And who takes your fancy? Who do you like watching at Leeds?
Chloe Kerrigan.
Oh, you've got to say Chloe. She's an Walton girl, isn't she? So Chloe's a good one. So Chloe's a player that I'm really proud of, because I started coaching. She makes me feel old, because I started coaching Chloe when she was probably about your age, Morgan, at school at Corpus Christi. So I started coaching her then, and so seeing her come all the way through to the academy and to the women's team, that's something that makes me really proud, and I'll be proud of for a long time to come, as doing that as part of my career.
Okay, so now we're with Iva Kroeger from Farnley Falcons.
Having been a part of the team with the Rhinos, how difficult is it now to be the coach?
Be the coach? It's tough, because obviously it's different. So I always enjoyed playing, and I still really miss playing. So it's a big transition to move over. But I guess I don't see it as being too different in respect of when I were playing at Leeds, I was the captain, so I always had to kind of be a I could be silly when I wanted to be because I like to have a laugh with my teammates, but I always had to be sensible when it mattered and make sure that I was leading by example and making sure that I was happy that my actions were actions that I was happy my teammates seeing and they would be proud of me doing as a person who was their captain. So I think that probably prepared me quite well because I had to lead in a way that other people wanted to do the same as me and to rise to the standards that I led myself. So it's not too different in that aspect, but it is different in the way that I've got to think about a lot more now. So when I was playing, I obviously played hooker. I've played a few different positions, but now I've got to think about everything on the pitch. I've got to plan a little bit more. I've got to be a little bit more organised. Got to think about the way that you speak to people and how that's going to be received a little bit more. But I'm really enjoying it. It's really, really good. I can still have a little bit of a laugh, but I'd say that I do miss that a little bit, that I've got to be a little bit more sensible when I'm a coach than what I was when I was a player. But hopefully it's going all right so far.
That's good.
And I know your coach as well, so I'll say your coaches at Farnley, what do they do that's really, really good that I should maybe take on board? What do you think makes a good coach?
Well, I haven't been there for past season because they had no under 14, so I've then transferred over to Walton.
Yeah.
But before it was good because like they had some good training sessions and like did fitness and things, so we're prepared for matches.
So you think that making people do fitness is a good thing? Shall I tell the women's team that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Evie told me that I've got to make you all do some more fitness. No, that's a good question. Thanks, Evie.
Okay, then we've got Millie Born, who plays for Metley.
Who inspired you to play rugby?
Hi, Millie. It's a funny one because when I was younger, I didn't get to see as much rugby, I guess, like open age rugby, because it weren't probably promoted as well as what it is now. So I never got to see too much rugby, but I played at East Leeds when I was growing up, and there were always a lady there called Nicola Simpson, and I knew that because people spoke about what she was achieving in rugby, and she were playing to quite a high level. I think she were playing for England, and she were athletic, and I used to look at her and think that, she obviously trains hard, she works really hard, and that's why she's got to where she is. And I kind of saw a little bit of a pathway, I guess, but for me, I didn't get to ever see her play as such, but I always knew that people would say, oh, that's so-and-so, she's played for England, and that's the only thing that I can remember growing up of thinking that's what I want to do. But then aside from that, I think I just looked at other athletes as well and saw how they maybe conducted themselves and how they achieved what they did. And two athletes at tennis to get to where they were, and that just made me think that I wanted to have something to focus on and aim to and achieve it by working hard.
Okay, and then finally we've got Lily from Spartans.
What was your most favourite part about playing on Leeds Rhinos, playing with Leeds Rhinos?
Favourite part for playing for Leeds Rhinos, was that, sorry?
Your favourite part?
That's a tough one. I guess a couple of bits of that. So my favourite part were it just made me proud every time that I pulled the shirt on. I was just really, really proud, but I also really valued everything that it stood for to be a Leeds Rhinos player. So that was the passion, the pride, the honesty, the commitment, and it felt like with the players that I had around me that everyone were buying in and working in the direction to achieve one goal. And those people that were around me, my teammates, were absolutely outstanding. They were amazing, and through playing for Leeds, I've got friends for life and girls that I went on a really big journey of creating history in 2018 through to 2019, 2020, and that's something that's really, really special. You're never going to get those years back and those opportunities back playing. So I guess it was just that pride and the people that I was doing it with. Yeah, I'm going to say thank you, and I can't wait to see you all either on a camp, at a training session, or watching you play on a weekend.
Yeah, we look forward to
I hope you work hard in lockdown.
Thank you.
No worries, girls.
Take care. Thank
See you in a
you.
bit.
Bye.
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 Bye.